Hi guys. Ooh, so who here thinks that now Donna's in the same situation as Charlie, that now, or just before she went down, she was starting to think like Charlie? So you remember when Charlie was saying, why did Wendi go to the crime scene? It's like she knew. That, I thought, was him playing the same game as Wendi when she was saying, oh, you know, he said he was going to buy me a TV because it would be cheaper than hiring a hitman. But it was only a joke, her acting stupid, innocently, but dropping him in it nevertheless, along with everybody else. Because as I've had the conversation before, she was just dropping everybody in the mix because it was everybody or anybody, but it wasn't her. And then when Charlie went down, even though he protected her to a degree, when he was on the phone to his mother, he was saying, oh, you know, why did she... And it was as though he was playing the same game as Wendi. And then you get Donna, who knows, which is why she wanted to get off to Saigon, Vietnam. She knew that she was going to be in Charlie's position soon, obviously. That's why she was looking for somewhere where they had no extradition. But then her whole attitude towards Wendi changes. Right, you know me, I just get into it, so I'm just going to give you a quick disclaimer, sorry. My name's Dawn, you found Lounge Bar Crime. Everything that you hear in this video, it's from my own research, it's my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. That out of the way, let's get on it. Before I go any further, while I remember, this one still needs a name, so we're going to name it next Friday. So our owl can't be Wendi. If you've not seen this before, we're getting a name for owl, and we're doing this not to make light of this subject or make a game of it at all, just to explain. We're doing this because, you know, we all know Wendi likes to play games, don't we, at everybody else's expense. You know, with her owl t-shirt, well, we're doing it at her expense now. See how she likes it. So yeah, but we're not going to call it Wendi, because we know when Wendi, an owl also signifies wisdom as well as death. So we want a name anyway. I mean, we might already have it, but then we might not. We don't know. We need to go through them anyway. Right, let's get back on this. Right, so the point that I'm making is, you know, when, just going back to that, what I was telling you about Charlie a minute ago, when it's like it was like Touche. What's good enough for me, Wendi, is good enough for you. I'm going to play the same game you did. I'm going to do exactly what you was doing. Knowing that all his calls was being listened to, he kept bringing that up, but why? And I thought, you're stupid, Charlie, but you're not that stupid. You know, especially with people listening in. I thought Charlie was pretty astute with that. With a couple of things, he was stupid with a lot of things, but on some things he did pick up on. Anyway, we're not going down that lane again. But he knew he was being listened to, and he's saying to his mother, he's saying to Donna, yeah, you know, he couldn't stop doing it. And I thought, yeah, you're giving her a taste of her own medicine. You're dropping her in the mix. And you know what? I don't blame you. But at that time, Donna was, she was steering him away from it. Now, at that time, even though her name was obviously out there and it wasn't looking good, I don't actually think she thought they was going to pick her up. But as it started gathering more and more momentum, it was going faster, it was going very, very fast. She was still kind of protecting Wendi to a degree, but then she wasn't trying to, she didn't want to drop her in it, but she was also looking to get out of the country. Right, so we know she was ready to leave her sunshines, you know, leave, you know, a son and a daughter, but she was still trying to protect her daughter a bit. However, after that, once it really did look like she had to get on her toes and get going, she wasn't doing what Charlie was doing, but I think she was slipping up. And I don't know if she was, I don't think she was doing it for the cause. I think she was doing it to shake Wendi up, because Wendi wasn't bothering about her brother, which she shouldn't bother about her brother, she shouldn't bother about anybody, not even her own kids, in my opinion, not even her own kids, because if she did, she wouldn't have been putting them through this. Anyway, it's like she's trying to shake her, she's trying to stir her, she's trying to make her feel uneasy, because Donna wants a response and a reaction as to why Wendi isn't bothering about her brother who's in Nick, and she's not getting it, so she starts dropping seeds to up-tip Wendi a little bit. Now, by the same rule, I just think, like, Touche. I don't know whether any one of them is actually going to... Well, I think Wendy's already done it to them, but just not actually said it. But I don't know whether any of them are actually going to sit down and say, this is the whole story. Even Mag Banower has got a lot more in the closet that she won't bring out, which cheesed me off. But anyway, her aside, right, let's just get started on this.
Just a lot, but you're going to be okay. You're going to get out of that stupid room. Once you do, you'll start to feel a little bit better. I know that. And when I have something that I do need to tell you, I'll speak to Dan. Okay? So, and then I'll let you know what time to call him. Can you hear me, Charlie? Shit. You can't hear me again, right?
Right, so the call's dropped off. We all know that happens, and she carries on speaking. But she did say there, if I need you to know anything, I'll tell Dan. And we all know that happens anyway, so yeah. So the call's dropped off, so she's got Harvey there and a friend. So she carries on.
Charlie, can you hear me? Can you hear me? See, my son, I do. Perfectly honest, I do. And what are we doing? We're going to do it together. Leave a note. They'll know when to come and get us. And we'll do it together. The boy. Look, got to make a decision at some point. So after speaking to Dan this morning and knowing what they're thinking up there, I don't know if we'll make it up.
Yeah, so she's talking about unaliving herself with Harvey. She didn't ask him, she tells him, we'll do it together. I mean, they keep calling her the matriarch now, which, yeah, she is. And it's very, very clear the way she speaks that she has ruled that roost a whole lot until Wendi grew up and knew how to manipulate. But yeah, we'll do it together. And she does go on to say, I don't know if I've got it on here, she does go on to say like nothing painful. Well, it's obvious what she's thinking, but yeah, she tells Harvey what's happening. But even so, even if Harvey had been dragged into this by them, he's still guilty. He's still guilty because he never went and opened his mouth. But I've done Harvey anyway. So, right, let's just carry on.
When I said, I just got over Charlie, he's worried about you. He wants to know what, because I said, yeah, we know you never ask anything about your brother. And she doesn't. And she told me it's because her lawyer said she shouldn't ask. But we found out it's not true. But we just got off the phone with him.
My attorney said no. And he asked her attorney. Her attorney said,
I never told her that.
But I've never confronted them.
No.
So I don't know if you heard that, like Harvey saying he asked his attorney and his attorney asked Wendy's attorney, who said, we've never told her that. Which, we kind of deduced that ourselves, didn't we? That she's making that up. That's her way. Wendy's way of getting out of things that she doesn't want to answer is, excuse me, and is that a question? And because my attorney told me not to. Oh, and I don't remember. She has like 4 go-tos, doesn't she? And it's always like one of them will fit, unless Georgia Kappelman corners her a little bit, which I know she's going to do when she gets her on that stand. But listen to this. I'm going to carry on with this, but I want to just let you know where I think the direction Wendy's going in now with this. So she stopped talking to her mother. She'd already stopped talking to Charlie, right? When he went down, she's not got no interest. Charlie's asking, how's Wendi holding up, blah blah blah, and Wendy's not even asking about her brother, because as I've said in that other one, the Maestro one, it's me and against them. Right? That's why she's doing all these, she's doing speeches in the school and things like this, because she wants to, she's trying to totally detach herself, you know, like she's Rob or somebody. I shouldn't have really said that, I shouldn't have brought his name into it, but you know what I mean. She's trying, it's them, nothing to do whatever they've done. That's the lane she's trying to go down. Don't speak to me about the case. You know why that is? Don't speak to me about the case because you might slip up and we might be listening to on the phone. I'm not answering anything. Don't send me anything in an email. And in order to achieve this and get what she wants, she's not talking to Donna. She won't answer anything hardly. She won't take the kids round to see them. Ha! Touche there as well. Taste of your own medicine, Donna? Anyway, so that's what she's doing. So Wendy's putting this divide between them, like, I don't know. So hopefully what she's thinking is, by the time I get to court, there's going to be all these weeks and months that I've had nothing to do with him. So we're definitely a separate entity now. That's what she's doing. Just like I told you that all this with Wendi, it didn't all happen with Charlie. This was all planned with Wendi being a victim long before. Wendi plans in advance, right? Everything's done in advance. She goes for the long shot, the long haul, Wendi, right? She goes for the marathon, not the sprint, if you get me meaning. She thinks ahead. She thinks she's not going to be in court till after her mother, which is like September. It's going to be after that. So she's hoping she can get some history behind her now, where her and her mother have fallen out, her and Charlie have fallen out. That's where she's going. I think that's where she's going. Or that's where she thinks she's going. If we're going to sit and watch it and let it all happen and play the game with her, that's what she's going to try and do.
When I said, I just got off with Charlie, he's worried about you. He wants to know what, because I said, yeah, we know you never ask anything about your brother, and she doesn't, and she told me it's because her lawyer said she shouldn't ask. But we found out it's not true. But we just got off the phone with him.
My attorney said no, and he asked her attorney. Her attorney said,
I never told her that.
But I've never confronted him.
No. So I wrote this last night. We know you never ask anything about your brother. This is 8 o'clock last night. But we just got off the phone with him, and the first thing he asked was, how's Wendi holding up? I didn't have the heart to tell him that you never called us or asked about him. I just said, we weren't up to phone calls right now. Everyone looks to protect you. I bet you've got a lot.
Listen to this. Sorry, I should have said, so this is Donna's text. I think she's just said part of it. So I'm just going to rewind. I'm just going to take that back. Everyone protects you. What a word. Hang on.
Everyone looks to protect you. I bet you've got a lot to think about.
I bet you've got lots to think about. So when I said before, Donna's trying to shake Wendi up, it's like, I'll make you answer me. I'll make you respond. I'm going to get... Because also, Donna wants to sort out a lot of paperwork and everything. And 1 minute she's going in for it. And then the next minute she's sort of saying, obviously we've got to sort out paperwork and tell you where everything is. Excuse me. Tell you where everything is. And so then she's sort of going back on where she is, but everyone's trying to like protect you. Says a lot, doesn't it?
But then she didn't answer. But then I got another call from Charlie.
Of course she didn't answer. Now, what did I didn't listen. I haven't listened to all this properly as much as I did. But do you remember what I said in the maestro? Wendi being the maestro in that video, and I said to you, when Wendi wants a response or she's trying to get what she wants, then she doesn't answer. So when she wanted to G her mother up and sort out the murder of Dan Markel, she didn't answer because she wanted to wind Donna up. So she's not answering now because what she wants is she wants her mother to sit back and calm down and give her what she wants. She knows. Donna knows by Wendi not answering that she's gone in too hard on that text, and so she's got to come back softer. Manipulator.
And I said, just got off the phone with Charlie. He's worried about you. He wants to know why we didn't speak. I told him a lie. I said, we're only speaking with you and Dan right now. I couldn't bear to tell them the truth. Your sister never even called us, is the truth. So she said this morning, I thought she'd be racing over here last night. Yeah. Dear Mom, I know you are upset by the verdict, but the anger directed at me is not justified. I don't know how much anger there is. Really don't. I'm not responsible in any way for Charlie's situation. I am not guilty because I did not do anything wrong, and I was not involved in any way with Danny's death. There she was. But
so Donna says, I didn't say she was. Why would Wendi need to tell her mother that? I was not involved in Danny's death. It's like saying, yous were. I told you, she's trying to segregate herself, and she's a gaslighter. She's trying to convince everybody. I was not involved in this at all. And Donna's saying, I didn't say you were. Why is Donna not saying, none of us was? Because they was. They all was. So what this two-way text message that they're having, it's not adding up and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if you was guilty, and it doesn't make sense if you was innocent. There's no logic to it because it's all a lie.
I was interviewed by the police and testified in court. I told the truth as I was required to do. I cannot control how the prosecutor used my statement at Charlie's trial. Again, I didn't say that. Also, as you know, my lawyer has advised me not to talk to my family or anyone else about this case. Now, about the case, which is true, we've never done it. I followed his advice despite your disagreements with this guidance. Please do not text me about this case anymore. Not about the case, is it? Not what I said. About her brother. And that he wants, how are you, Wendi? How's my sister holding up? Mm-hmm. If you have anything further to say about the case, please go through our lawyers. Right now, I have to be singularly focused on taking care of the boys during this difficult time.
That'll be a first. I've got to take care of the boys. She always says that when the going gets tough. When she was on the stand, help us find out when Christy Coast was giving her a hard time. My job is to take care of those boys. Oh, so that's a fifth thing that she says.
So I wrote back, okay, We have no desire to speak with you about the case.
See how Wendi got what she wanted? She doesn't answer, and then puts down the stipulations. I'm not speaking to you about the case because you might slip up. Somebody might slip up. Even her talking about Charlie to Wendi is talking about the case. She doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to do it in case either they or herself incriminate her.
I guess Dad and I are just shocked that you didn't think of coming to see us or even calling us. We are your parents. We are and have always been there for you and the boys. None of what we wrote matters about the case. That's over. I just want you to know how many times Charlie is asking about you. Not only do you not ask about us, but not one question about Charlie, right? We will need to give you some information shortly.
Here she is. Now Donna's going to bribe her now. She just wants some kind of response because she knows she's on her toes ready to do a runner, and she just wants somebody in a corner. And so now it's like she's not actually saying it, but she's implying like a bribe. I need to tell you where everything is, all the investments and everything else. She's doing anything to try and reel her back in. That's why she's got the kids that she's got.
And we need some business assistance. Please let us know if you can be of any help. I have a space here. I want to be proposed. We're going to be gone. I want her to have all this information. I have the cemetery property. I want her to see all that. I want her to have all these papers and the wills. I want her to see all this.
And
so
the wills.
Please let us know if you can be of any help. The other thing is the visa, which she would know about the visa. No, I said we need some business assistance. Please let us know. If not, we'll try to find someone who can help us. This needs an immediate reply so I can start asking other people to help.
See, she's saying anything to reel her in. I keep thinking, I don't know whether Donna is going to I don't think any of them are going to do it direct, but I think somewhere along the line they're going to make mistakes so Wendi gets caught. They could stop all this now if McBanower said everything, and McBanower needs to open her mouth about Donna, and then maybe Donna might open her mouth. See, the only thing that's going to stop Donna opening her mouth are Dan Markel's children. We'll see.
So I wrote, don't get nervous. Again, nothing, in capital letters, nothing about the case. Just would like to show you some business stuff and personal things. If you can't do it, we must find someone who can. I hope you understand that it has nothing to do with the case. There is no more case. And then I wrote, by the way, you said you have to focus on the boys. Have you told them? So when I got Doris before, I said to him, because I was over there last night, I said, well, I asked Wendi, but I haven't got any word from her, so did she tell the boys? And he said, she did. Now, I know Ben was very close. He was writing to Charlie all the time. So I said, how are they? And Ben was very quiet. He didn't really talk much. Because we didn't kind of face it and said, so he's never coming home. He's never coming back. And so he said it took him 10 minutes and he was into basketball.
Do you know what's really, really making me sick about that little bit there about the boys finding out about Charlie and he's never coming home, and Donna's like in tears saying like, they're very quiet and they're very upset. They've got no dad, never mind uncle. They've got no dad because of all of them. And Donna's like missing that completely. She's not even like saying, why did we do this? I'm gonna, it was all my fault, or it was all Wendy's fault. I'm gonna put it out there. Those boys deserve the truth. None of that. All this big facade, and all this. She's genuinely heartbroken about the kids being upset about their Uncle Charlie. Unbelievable, isn't it?
That's okay. I don't want to see them miserable and upset. That's not my goal. I just want to know how are they. So that's what I said earlier to George, because it was technical stuff that I couldn't do on the computer. I think just because we were out of it. So he's a computer tech person. So I said, can you help me with some computer stuff that I can't get done? And he was on some business calls. He said that he texted me just before I could be there, maybe 5:30. Would that be good?
So here, Donna's asking about whether Wendi would be able to tell her about extradition, and this friend is saying, no, don't tell her, because if you tell her, she's going to tell her lawyer. I mean, would Donna ever learn? Of course Wendy's going to go and tell her lawyer, so then when Wendi gets to court, she can say, it was actually me that said that my mother and father was, going to go to Vietnam, or looking for somewhere where there was no extradition, which I thought was really strange. Donna's just not learning, but she's grabbing on with anything that she can for Wendi for some reason. I don't know why Wendi means more to her than the rest of them, but she does.
We've been looking it up over and over. Could things change if there is extradition from Vietnam? Because we've looked at all the places. I mean, I could go to Korea and China, but there's no extradition. But we're looking for places where there's no extradition. Can you do this? Can you come here? Can you do this? Everything. How many times do we have plans that I really can't and have to cancel? Wendi needs us for this. Wendi needs us to babysit. So we've been really...
What are you moaning about it for now, Donna? You spent the last 10 years taking him away from the father. And now you're moaning about, we dropped everything to babysit when Wendi wanted.
Really good nannies, and I guess our job is up. Because now the boys are older, they can go out with friends, they can do things on their own. So she doesn't need grandma and grandpa. Okay, pretty hurtful. Have one son that I don't speak with.
Pretty hurtful. She's had them kids and watched them grow up. Touche. Think of Ruth and Phil and Shelley that haven't seen them boys grow up. Missed so much. And she's like that. Okay, we're not needed anymore. Look how devastated she is.
I have one son who's close to being dead. And my daughter, whom I love, is doing this. I don't get it. I said to Harvey, I swear to God, our family was cursed. Absolutely cursed.
Just play all that again for you. Not all of that. Just what she says there. She's got one son that doesn't speak to her.
Is doing this. I don't get it. She doesn't need grandma and grandpa. Okay. Pretty hurtful. I have one son that I don't speak with. I have one son who's close to being dead. And my daughter, whom I love, is doing this. I don't get it.
What an odd thing to say. One son that doesn't speak to me. Another son that's nearly dead. He's not nearly dead. Dan Markel is dead. Right? And a daughter who I love dearly. She didn't say that about the other two. Who's doing this to me? And I don't get it. I really don't get it. So yeah, I just wanted to go through that, and there's a lot of touche in there. Touche, Wendi. Now you're shaking in your boots a little bit, like you're getting a taste now of what you did to Charlie, which I don't care, and I'm glad about that, but you're getting a taste now of what you did to Charlie. That's coming back to haunt you. And now, like your mother's 1 foot in, 1 foot out all the time. She doesn't know. I don't... out of both of them, I feel that the person that would drop her the soonest, if Magbanua doesn't say it all, is Charlie. Like I said, not directly. I think he's going to keep doing this innuendos, you know, like he did about her going to the crime scene. I think he's going to keep doing that, because I think he's getting quite bitter now. Good. But yeah, out of them all. But I do think that between them all now, they're on a roller coaster here now. They're just going round and round and round. They don't know. I can guarantee you that all of them, they're not sleeping at night. They're wondering, like chess, what the next movie is going to be. Wendy's got it planned how she thinks it's going to go, and anything to do, like she's not going to go and visit. She won't visit Donna. She won't visit none of them. She's cute because she wants to get on that stand, and when they say to her, why have you not been, and she says, because, you know, they've been accused, and Georgia Kaufman is saying, well, you know, you're down as a co-conspirator. Well, yeah, but I believe in the law. She's going to play that card. It won't work. It won't work, Wendi, if you're listening, because you're absolutely shit at acting. Absolutely shit. Yeah, I know you've got a mother that loves you dearly. I don't know about the other two lads because she didn't actually say that. She loves you dearly. And I know she's give you all that rubbish. But yeah, that's because she loved you. She can't see past we can. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what September brings, shall we? I've booked some days off work and they're only letting me have so many days off. I think I'm going to have to pack my job in. I'll save up like mad. I think I'll just save up like mad and then like just pack my job in when all this starts. Anyway, that's no way to run your life, Dawn. But anyway, no, I can't wait. I can't wait till September. I can't wait for this, for Donna's case. Do you know, I can't work out how, you see, I feel like I know what Wendy's going to do. I think I had a good guess with Charlie, although, I mean, okay, who's seen extortion in the mix? Do you know what I mean? I've not got a crystal ball. No one's seen that one coming. And I told you, I nearly choked on my cup of tea when that came out. I just burst out laughing. Nobody could have seen that one coming. But I kind of had an idea how he was going to be. And he was going to be steadfast and keep protecting Wendi and his mother and everything else. Because out of the three of them, as I said, he's the most loyal to one of the others out of them three. So, but I think, you see, I think Donna's ready just to get out of here, if you get me. So it's of no interest for her to turn Wendi in, because I think she's already decided in her head what direction she's going in. Whereas like Charlie, I think, is getting bitter now. And yeah, unless he says a few things, I don't know. And I mean, he can't even get a message to Magbanua now to open her mouth because he's dropped her in it. You see what he did? He dropped her in it rather than, even though it was pretty clear he was going to go down, instead of saying, yeah, you know, just trying to save one or two of them. Yeah, it was mine and such a body's idea. He didn't. He tried to protect them all and come up with that stupid scenario. Magbanua could open the gates. Whether she will or not, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think Donna is. I think maybe Charlie might. I don't know, you see, now, because whatever Charlie does now, if he goes back on anything, it's like everything he said is a lie. And the thing is, the prosecution, they don't need a plea deal really off any of them, because they've kind of got them really. I don't know if the prosecution is 100% that they've got Wendi, but they should be. I think they should be, because it's just all too obvious, isn't it? It's just too clear. You know, everybody, you know, they had all the information about what Dan was doing that day. So yeah, it's all pretty clear really that Wendi was part of this. Anyway, yeah. So Wendy's going to now turn over a new leaf, and she doesn't know the Adelsons now. She doesn't want that name now, does she? She's nothing to do with them. I mean, why is she not going to see her dad? Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, on that note, just to say, don't forget to hit the tidgy like button and that subscribe button. Help the channel out. And yeah, I'm going to say good night. Take care and stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye.